Are young boys better off when they're raised without a father? This is some heavy shit and I want to talk about it. I heard another creator say that when a boy is raised without a father, he says, nobody ever showed me how to be a man. But when a girl is raised without a mother, she never says, nobody ever showed me how to be a woman. And that is because masculinity is performative. It's performed. And most fathers teach boys how to be masculine by removing femininity. It's the same way they were taught. We don't read books. We don't wear pink. We're not in touch with our emotions. We don't cry. We are providers. We are not nurturers. Masculinity is not to be challenged, and anyone who threatens your masculinity is either a woman or they're gay. The way that young boys are taught to perform patriarchal masculinity is corrosive not only to society, but to who they are as a person. Femininity is not performative. Women don't have to perform. They stay in touch with their humanity. Young boys have their femininity, which is inherent in all of us. They have that stripped from them as boys by their fathers and by other grown men around them. We are taught to view our femininity as weakness when it's actually what makes us strong. And not all men are like this. I understand that, okay? But if a young boy has a father who is hyper-competitive, hyper-masculine, hyper-critical, who is very afraid of his own femininity, has no use for it, has a very fragile ego, sees everything as an attack on his masculinity, would a young boy be better off without a father like that? Be better off just being raised by a mother who is in touch with her humanity rather than also having a father in the picture who is teaching him to perform masculinity to a level that is toxic for him as a developing human being. Like, we wonder what is wrong with men. I'm telling you, this is what's wrong with men. It is the toxic masculinity that is pumped into us from the time we are little boys, right? It doesn't mean all masculinity is toxic. It means it can reach a point where it is toxic. If everything you perceive as feminine is a threat to your masculinity, that is toxic. And the men that I know in my life today that are good men are typically the ones that grew up without all of that toxic bullshit in their life when they were younger. They're the men that aren't afraid of femininity, they aren't afraid of softness, they aren't afraid of their emotions, and they're typically really good fathers. So just generally speaking, I think it's more detrimental for a young boy to be raised without a mother than it is to be raised without a father like that.